Love chatting about spiritual awakening? Want to learn more about connecting with source energy and allowing the universe to act on your behalf? Well, grab a beverage and welcome in the weekend with Lindsay every Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. on her show, Card Pulls and Coffee, as she channels messages from the divine realm or chats with a guest. Lindsay is a mindset coach, intuitive channel, and energy clearing practitioner. If you're feeling stagnant, overwhelmed, or full of self-doubt, Lindsay will guide you to come back to remembering who you really are. Join Lindsay here on WLFE DB Radio.
Hello, hello. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to Card Pulls and Coffee, or Coffee and Card Pulls, depending on how it wants to come out of my mouth tonight. Just bringing my microphone close. Hi, everyone. Say hi as you're hopping on. I'm so pumped for my guest tonight. She is a beautiful person all around. She is really one of the driving reasons that I went into my business full time, and we can chat a little bit about that. She's amazing when it comes to spiritual awakening, spiritual development, mediumship, all the goodness. And we are going to be receiving messages from loved ones. We're going to be tuning into spirit. I'll, of course, be pulling cards along the way and receiving any messages that I receive. But more than anything, we're going to talk about how we are really just the messenger. That is something that I am working on, being able just to deliver messages without needing to worry about how they're coming through, just allowing source to guide me and really developing the trust in that. And not only that, but how we all can do that. It's not just people who consider themselves to be mediums or channels or spiritual guides. So helping you with that along the way. So let's see who is hopping on. Let me see. Hello, Jason. Hello, hello. Oh yes, it's AY, but I'll forgive you. That's totally fine. Hey, Lauren, did you get your babysitter, or are you managing everything as always? Hi, Tara. Hello, hello. Thank you for hopping on, my friend. Hi, Elaine. Oh, here's this guy. Hi, Mike. Thank you for tuning in. Hi, Melody. Good to see you. Hi, Dana. Melody is pumped. I'm so pumped. Hi, Sandy. Good to see you. Good to see you back on the show. So a couple announcements before I bring Kristie on. Let's see here. Of course, as always, join Rock Your Fear as my free Facebook group. Always in there providing good content. I just did a really relaxing body scan in there. And of course, like Picture Perfect Mind on Facebook. I appreciate your support. And currently what I'm going to be sharing tonight is that I am working on my YouTube channel. And as Mike and Kristie know, it's all about getting to those 100 subscribers. So YouTube pushes your videos. So if you want to subscribe, you can either look up Lindsay Amico on YouTube or go to the link below. And I'm going to be doing pick a card readings. I have one launching tomorrow. That's all the zodiac signs, motivational videos, stress reduction, coaching, basically everything to help you to motivate and feel better now, whatever situation you're in, lifting your vibrational energy, allowing you to step into who you are, have always been, and will always be. So I really appreciate it. I think I'm at like 55 subscribers right now. And if you subscribe, shoot me a message, let me know, and I will actually pull a card for you. So whether it's on this show or not. And then, of course, thank you to WLFE DB Radio for hosting my show. Please go to WLFEDB.com. You can check it out, check out other shows we have, and also follow, like, and share. I think that's everything. I think we should just bring on Kristie at this point. Hi, Jill. And hi, my bourbon friend, Jeff, as I like to call him. That is what Jill always calls Jeff, her friend, bourbon friend Jeff. Is that group listed? Yes, ma'am. Just look up Rock Your Fear and you should find it. And I can send it to you too if not. Hi, Liz. Okay, bring it on, Kristie.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. It's like so hard to do everything. This is why you have Mike. I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
That's why I have a mic. You need to get yourself a mic.
I do. Mike, are you free on Friday night?
Right? There you go. Actually, I think he just ran out, to be honest with you. Like some Bigfoot thing is happening or whatever. So he's already like boom off and gone.
He's like, okay, I checked in.
See ya. Yeah.
He's like, bye. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Oh,
Elaine. And there's Lauren. Hi, everyone.
You did very well, Lindsay. You did very, very well. You're so organized and you're so well spoken, and you just went through the entire beginning. Mike and I are like,
no, I'm the whole time. I'm just like, just keep smiling. Just keep smiling.
Cover all the bases. Did I say everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm always trying to promote something else. I'm always trying to promote, like, oh, I have the YouTube channel now. You know me. I'm like in 10 different directions. So I'm like, what am I promoting this week? Instead of just.
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh. It's crazy the things we have to think of now. You know, it's great because it means we're moving up and we're doing other things.
He's like, don't talk shit.
Hello, partner. There's my partner. Yes, it's great. Yes. He's like, oh no. He's like, yeah, I'm ready out to do this big thing. I'm like, you're not going to watch? How rude. He's
Sandy
like, no, I'm going to listen. I'm like, you're not going to listen. Whatever.
Sandy says she can't hear you, but I can hear you. Is anyone else having trouble hearing Kristie?
I have my microphone here.
Maybe talk more into it. Maybe we need to talk like this.
Yeah. Can you usually hear me when you watch my show? Because it's the same setup. Here, let me see here. Because Mike's not messing with the volume. That's why. See, but normally I would. There.
Elaine says she can hear. Liz says she's quiet.
Hey, Melindy.
Energy.
You have no idea.
I'm like sweating. Are you sweating? Like
I am. It's kind of hot in here.
I feel
whenever it's an empathic thing.
Yeah, and it's also like I feel like whenever I connect with highly spiritual people or those high vibrational,
for sure.
I just get my palms get sweaty, my everything. I get really hot. So I don't know.
For sure. Absolutely.
Jill says hi.
Hi, Jill.
I
turned up my volume. Hopefully you can hear me better now. Oh, and I moved everything closer. Yeah. Hi, Mom.
Hello.
Yes, because she would definitely let us know if there was a problem. So she knows.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So tonight, friends, please comment. Let us know if you have a question. Let us know if you want us to, Kristie's a medium. She might be able to tune into folks on the other side for you. I'll be pulling cards along the way, but we're also going to be talking about We Are But the Messenger. Yeah. So I don't know if you want to start by diving into that at all, or what feels good to you.
I'm not the diver.
You're not the physical diver.
Right. No, I can't. You don't want to see that. That's something anyone wants to see. It's more like a cannonball.
It's like a belly flop.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Oh yeah, graceful and not at all. As my mother always said, I'm like a bull in China shop. It is what it is.
Fine.
It's me. It is what it is.
It's you. It's you, and you are perfect as you are.
Thank you. And so are you. And so are all of you.
Yes. Melindy says I'm freaking sweating too. And I'm like, what a freaking surprise.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, well, you don't count right now. You have a
True.
Yes.
True.
Oh, goodness. Sorry. Yes, this is how it usually goes, you guys. Hi, Dana.
Oh, yeah, we're hot. Liz. Okay, so Liz, anyone who comments, I'm going to try to hold before I post your comment, before we tune into your energy, and I'll make a list for us to go through. So anyway, Kristie.
This is why you need a mic.
I need a mic. Talk about what the heck that means. I am but the messenger. Tell me about that.
It's a really good question. It really just kind of came to me one day, like a lot of things in my life, to be very honest with you. And
Mhm.
that part of it used to just always make me feel like I was crazy or I wasn't in control of my own thoughts and feelings.
Right.
And um, it really just ties into who I am and what I'm here for. And, when I was really starting my business and really put myself out there publicly, and I was putting my brochure, my first one together, um, I did feel like I needed to say something. And it just kind of came to me, I am but the messenger, because it's
Yeah.
truly all I am. It's not about my own thoughts and feelings and emotions. It's about what I'm here to do, which is to deliver the messages and be that medium and that go between for everyone else, to be there to give them what they need. And, that really took me back to realizing a lot about myself and learning about myself in a deeper level and in a different way. And it actually made me feel better because it's not that I don't have my own thoughts and feelings and emotions on things. It's just
Yeah.
I don't need to worry about it so much, which actually, when I came to that realization,
It's a relief.
I'm getting very dry. So I'm probably picking up on somebody because I'm already like, I can't.
I'm feeling like
Yeah.
numb. I'm feeling numb right
I have my
here.
water with me. I sorry guys. Yeah, somebody is already mhm, coming through. But yeah, but that was really what it was. And it wasn't that I've always been very flexible to a fault. I've always been very open-minded to a fault. I can conform to pretty much anything and go along with anything, which
Yeah.
is usually how I find I'm taking advantage of, or
Oh,
people don't
totally.
really end up knowing the real me,
You're
because there's a
open.
little bit
Yeah.
exactly. But because I'm able to do that, a lot of times it's not reciprocated. And so
Yeah.
that's the issue. So I get myself in trouble that way. I'm learning not to, and to do what's best for me and what makes me happy. But it just really that simple line just tied everything together for me one day, and it just made sense. I am but the messenger. I finally figured out what I'm here for and what I'm meant to do and why I'm on this earth. And it's because I'm here to help others. And
Yeah.
it is
That's
that
how I
simple.
feel. Mhm.
It is that simple. So,
It
yeah.
is. And when you get so up in your head or you're questioning yourself, or, for us, it's
Mhm.
always like, okay, it's all these decisions. It's like micro decisions of what should I do?
Yes.
And when you come back to the root of this is why I'm doing it to help
Yeah.
people, it just grounds
Absolutely.
you.
It does. It does. It's a major weight that's lifted, when you realize it really is out of your hands and you can hand it over to, in my situation, God, source,
Yeah.
whatever your or whoever your higher power is,
Yeah.
and it's very liberating. It really is. That's one of the biggest issues, my husband and I will have, you don't seem to care about this. No, I just don't stress and worry about it like I used to. I
Mm,
care about everything. That's part of the problem. It's more, I just learned what needs to matter and what doesn't. And I know that if I don't stress about it, I'll just handle it. It's not a big, not that it's not a big deal, but it's okay. I'll deal with it. And that's pretty much how I've been my whole life, with
that's
the
like
added stress
really.
of worrying about if I was wrong about feeling like that. So,
Well,
yeah.
absolutely. I feel that way too, especially, with the cards. It's like there are no bad cards, is what I have learned.
Hmm.
But it's like one pops out and it's like, I'm getting a message, but I don't want to articulate it in the wrong way. I don't want to bring someone down. You know me, I'm always trying to be motivational and uplifting. So I'm always trying to put that
Right.
in, but then it can block. It's like, is it
Yes.
me or is it my guidance source? Yeah.
Right. And as we know, people need to hear both sides of things. And that's my favorite thing is, I've been very lucky. I really have not ever had, and I'm not inviting it in, but I really have not had people be upset with me over the years or get too upset. I've had a couple people who've tried to trap me, and I read one family member, this one girl years ago, and a week later I read her aunt and I didn't know it. And her aunt had come up in her reading first. And I don't know, it was apparently something about, she needs to stay away from the negative. And if this aunt can't, whatever, then she needs to cut her off. That's not me. That's your message. I don't know you from Adam. Right. And so then the aunt came and she had a very different message from a different perspective. And she actually said to me, well, I don't know if you realize, and you said this. And so that really doesn't make sense for me. And I said, that's because it wasn't your message. It had nothing to do with you or the path you're on or what you need to work on. But since you already know it, you really are still obligated to take responsibility for your actions or how you're making her feel.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
well, you told her this. I said, I told her nothing. I said, I simply delivered the message. And she just kind of looked at me. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean,
I don't have any opinion in this.
Right? I didn't know either of you. How in the world am I gonna, right? So but like I said, I've been very lucky. I've only had a couple of instances where people have tried to say, well, you said this. But
It's
again,
more
when you do
that
this,
you're
you do have
dropping
to,
in. Yeah. The more that
and
you're
you have
doing.
to.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, it must be like a pause or something.
Nope. I was just going to say, the more you're doing your work and what you're supposed to be doing, I feel like it's not that you don't get tests, but because you're so dropped in and fully accepting of it and you're doing the work, it's like spirit, angels, however you look at it, can guard you against that as well. Because it's like, because you're dropped into that truth,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
I agree. And I think I think that it has a lot to do with remembering to keep our ego in check, which is huge. There's a balance there to be humble and keep our ego in check. This is not about us. It's not about what we think personally on that level. And some people might say that, saying that I am humble is kind of egotistical. It's not. I'm actually admitting that I know my place and I know what my responsibility is and I know my limits and boundaries and where they end and who I answer to and the fact that I do answer to a higher power. So, again, things like that take a long time because unfortunately, let's face it, you guys, everything in this world is bastardized nowadays, no matter how unintentional something may seem, things that are said and done just are blown way out of proportion. And it's the world we're living in right now for some reason. So, but
so as long as you are tapped into integrity, that's, I think, the biggest thing. It's like, am I grounded? Am I in my integrity? Am I really hearing what I'm hearing?
Right.
And am I delivering that in the best way that I possibly can? And also, I love when you did the reading at Ironworks with me, which I can't wait until we can do something like that again because it was so fun. But I loved at the beginning, you were.
Do we have to invite Mike this time? I'm kidding. The poor guy's not even on a bus in his chops. Sorry, Michael. I can't even help it. It's like,
oh my God.
So yeah.
So in case anyone doesn't know, let me just say this. Mike and Kristie have a show on WLFEDB that you can tune in. When is it?
Tuesday nights at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. Yep.
And it's Where's My Sage?
Where's My Sage? A Taste of the Universe. Yes. Very proud of that show. I have a fantastic partner. That's why I can bust my chops. He's
I'm like, they need to know who this is if they don't.
Yeah.
They're like, who's Mike?
Yes, Magical Bigfoot Research. That's who Mike is. Yes, absolutely. But
okay,
but honestly, it was like, I just want to say too, with what you mentioned earlier, about how it can be hard sometimes to deliver a message when you like, how do I deliver this since it's going to be sad or there's something they're not going to hear? Part of that's understanding too, that is our job. And so a lot of times I will say to somebody, I know this is not what you want to hear. I'm very sorry. It probably is not what you want, but here it is. This is my job. I'm not doing you any service if I don't give to you what you are supposed to hear, because it's just like that Disney movie. What's it called? Up.
Yes.
The emotions, right? We need to go through all of the Inside Out. Is it Inside Out?
Inside Out.
There you go. That's right. So, do you see Michael? He says, "Turn up your volume. Turn up your volume." Really? Okay. Where's my tech guy when I need him? Okay, I don't know why this is like so low tonight.
I can hear you just fine.
All right, let me.
I don't know, but I also have my volume turned up. So maybe.
How's this? I have all my volumes turned up. I don't really know. Honestly, guys, I don't know what's going on tonight. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I mean, in order to, what we do is to heal, right? To help
Right.
people heal and to find closure and just understand what they need to understand and go through in life. And if we only focus on the positive, they don't have the opportunity to go through everything they need to learn, to grow, to ascend. And that does not always mean that we are doing something
Yeah.
easy, and it's not
No.
always fun. It's not
And we're
always,
human and we're going to also make mistakes just like every human does. And it's like, yeah, it's a balance. But I love that because it's like, I definitely am trying. I'm not trying. I am overcoming people pleasing and wanting everyone to like me and everyone to approve. And it doesn't really,
Right.
it's exhausting. And I don't need to do it anymore. I just need to do what's in integrity for me as long as I'm doing the work that I need to be doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I did customer service work for a lot of years and I was an assistant customer service manager at Tops. And one of the funnest jobs in the planet. You get everybody's crap. But
I worked
my
at
philosophy
Broadway.
always was.
I worked at
Oh, there
Broadway.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And you know what? It's the same. You can tell somebody no, but if you're doing it nicely with a smile on your face and you're treating them like a human being, especially if they're coming to you because they're already pissed off or frustrated or upset, they're going to at least, and especially if they don't feel like you're trying to just appease them, if they feel like you're being honest and you actually are being upfront with them, even though they're not going to be happy, they're still going to walk away less likely of giving you a problem, or
Right.
at least feeling like more satisfied than they were, even if they're not hearing what they want to hear.
Lauren says, I need another reading like Ironworks, but I need Frank there too. Frank was the best. Frank is the best. I love Frank.
Love Frank. That's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, you're right. It's everyone's going through their own stuff and you can sometimes say anything to someone and you have the best intentions. So you just have to come. Jason says volume is fine. Awesome. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you, Jason. Michael.
Little bit. Hello, ladies. Hello. Carla says, I can hear you. Lori says, never miss a Tuesday night.
We love you guys. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Dave. Dave's your husband. So, because I know they're always tuned in. Thank you.
Okay. So, yay. Thanks, Liz, for following me. Okay. Thanks, guys, for being patient. I'm so happy. I love when I have all these comments to go through. So, I've made a list. The first person on the list is Liz. So, I'm going to bring Liz up. And Liz says, Liz. Do you feel anyone for me? Sorry, not sure how this works. It's my first time. Welcome, Liz.
Aww. Damn, no pressure.
Thanks for tuning in.
I'm kidding.
We're just the messenger.
Right. I need a disclaimer here. If you don't like it, if you don't agree with it, it was all Lindsay, okay? I love you, Lindsay. It's fine.
Fine, you can blame me.
I'm kidding.
It's
no,
fine.
you just blame Mike. It's fine. You always just blame Mike for everything. It's not a big deal. Okay. I'm picking up with school. Something about school or education. And your spirit guides are actually saying try harder. I don't feel like they mean it in a way that you're slacking, but you definitely are not working up to your potential. You need to really rise to the occasion. I feel like it's uncomfortable. I feel like it's frustrating. It's almost like you feel like you're hitting an imaginary roadblock. Like you want to be able to do well, you want to be able to go forward, but you, for whatever reason, just feel like something's resisting. You have to push through that. Think of it like a plasma wall, and just suction your way right through it. And then once you get past that sticky part and that gooey part, you're gonna just fling forward. That's what I feel like. Your spirit guides are also saying stop doubting yourself. Enough is enough. Like you already know you can do this. it's almost like you are looking not from necessarily from other people, but from within. You think if you keep telling yourself this, trying to convince yourself it's difficult or it's frustrating and oh, it's holding me back. Stop. Just get past that
Mm,
and just move forward and do it because you have a lot to accomplish and you're going to. Don't be afraid of success. Doesn't that sound familiar?
yes. Yeah, I'm totally
The theme this week, I think. So don't be
no,
afraid to be
yeah.
successful with it or be afraid of what's going to come.
And
So
I
just be a
definitely
person.
second. So you got I am happy. And
Oh, cute
but
picture.
I love when Kristie starts and I can just see what comes through on the other end. My ears are burning. They're so red.
Ooh,
Um, I do think it's a lot of mindset stuff, and I happy to help you with that if you feel like you need help, but it really is thoughts create our reality. And oftentimes we come back on ourselves and we're like, oh, and that inner critic gets really riled up, but actually it's power. So this card is talking about not really attaching happiness to something externally, being happy at every stage of your life. And when
yes.
you feel that stickiness or you feel that resistance, finding the happiness, finding the beauty, finding the gratitude along the way. And don't stop. Don't stop what you're doing. Don't quit.
Yeah,
So,
you're going to catapult yourself forward if you keep going. If you get through this mucky part.
so thank you, Liz. I hope that we delivered the message well for you. Let us know if that feels accurate or what hit
Yes,
you. Thank you
we
so
love.
much. Thank you
Oh,
so.
she did already.
Did she? Can you see? Oh, are you looking on your page? Okay. So recently found out. Oh my God. I asked. Mm, mm.
Okay, good. So here's the thing, and I just want to explain for people who are not familiar with how I work and how my gifts work.
Yeah.
So if I ever give a message, and just the same as I say on my own shows, if there's anything I say tonight that you don't understand or that you are confused about or doesn't make sense, I don't ever want any of you to walk away feeling like you're disappointed or let down or that I didn't know what I was talking about. I mean, can I be wrong? Of course I can. I'm human. But
Mhm.
here's the thing, I don't have time to go through everything. So in this particular case, when I'm giving a message and somebody cannot connect with it, it usually means that spirit's talking about someone close to them, like friends, family, coworkers. So in this case, it was actually Liz's son. So I'm glad she was able to validate that and make that connection, on her own, because sometimes it's not that easy or that clear. And people look at me like, Kristie, I have no freaking clue what you're talking about. So then I know because spirit keeps coming at me in the first person. Oh, okay, it's not you. We're talking about somebody close to you. And that's how they let me know. So, but if at any point any of you have a question about anything that I say, I do try to take some notes. Don't get a hold of me tonight. It'll be later. I'll be tired. Get a hold of me tomorrow or the next day, and I'll be happy to try to go over whatever and clarify it and answer it for you.
Beautiful. And I second that. If there's something you want to go into further with me, always feel free to reach out. I love that. Yay. Okay. So the next person is Carla Albert. Any messages from her dad? Passed away right before Christmas, was in a nursing home because he got pneumonia and had dementia. We couldn't visit him. I'm hoping he's okay and doesn't feel like we abandoned him there.
Oh, I can relate to this on such a personal level. I'm so sorry. And so much of that I can relate to in one way or another over the time that I was taking care of my dad, my sister and I were. Carla, I feel like it was your father that I was picking up on
Mm,
with the dry mouth and the cotton mouth. Because even now my lips are sticking. I feel
yeah.
like, I got to do this. And I'm like, I popped a cough drop just so it would get a little better. Um, I do see a man in a wheelchair. He looks to have been taller, probably around 6 foot, thinner, slender, I should say. His legs were longer. He had whiter hair. And you could see that nicer haircut, so he would have had it neatly cut and combed to the side at least at one point. He actually sits forward and like has his arms like in front of him like this, but like on the armrest, and he sits forward like this, and then lifts his head up like this. So he says to you, "I'm all right now," and he says, "You did the right thing." You had to make a decision about a procedure or something. I want to say operation, but I don't think it was as big as an operation. I want to say it was more of a procedure or something to do or not do for him or with him. And it was a struggle. And he's saying to you, you did the right thing. You made the right decision. It would have hurt me. He says, thank you for everything. I could never possibly show you enough gratitude. I wish I had been able to show you in life how much more grateful I was. Those are his words. So, yeah. So I'm very sorry for your loss on that.
I am as well. Yeah, and I feel that it is so normal to have that guilt, and I cannot imagine what that was like. I do feel like he doesn't want you to be in that pain, and he wants you to release that guilt. He's always with you, and he just doesn't want you to feel that way anymore. He wants you to be happy. And you received, I am blessed.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, that it just feels like so warm and just like you are taken care of. And the biggest thing for this is finding the gratitude in whatever is present for you. And this can be hard when we're going through these difficult circumstances. And I can't even imagine what you're experiencing. Finding the gratitude in the heartbreak, in the experiences. It literally says here, heartbreak strengthened me. Financial hardship helped me to be more efficient and more determined. Illness helped me so I could take better care of my body. So at any moment when you are feeling the lowness, you can always turn back to that. You're blessed.
Love that.
Let us know if that felt good for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, and then Liz says, as far as Lindsay's message, I'm an aspiring photographer, and I'm guessing, yeah, keep going 100%. When I was meditating before the show, I got a vision of like everyone that we were going to be talking to, and spirit just was like lift up. Everyone feels like it can't be us. There's too much competition. I don't have time for it. You know, the inner critic will give us all these reasons. I know, Kristie, you have been through so much of that transitioning into this. Yeah. And it's just, we don't see our magnificence. We don't see our talent. We don't see, like, I feel like I want to cry. It's like, we don't see our capabilities. We see the limitations, and spirit just wants us to see who we really are.
Right. Easier said than done, right? That means we have to accept ourselves for who we are and the criticisms that come with it, and the inability of other people to accept us for that, you know, or unwillingness.
Josh just said, by the way, Kristie is the real deal and so talented. She called the pandemic in 2019 during a reading I had. Think about it. I did.
Yeah. I remember doing that.
So you really? There's going to be a pandemic. You told Josh you will not start this company, his new company, in 2020. And he was like, this lady doesn't know what she's talking about. Like, nothing's stopping him. He's like, I'm starting it. He's so determined. He's so organized. He's like, she doesn't.
How'd that work out for you, Josh?
It's just like, oh, no music for a year.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I totally forgot. I don't remember most of the readings that I get. I mean, it's just is what it is, you know. You go into the zone, and for the most part, I don't remember. So, and that was a while ago, so I definitely don't remember that.
Yeah, but that's an example of Josh wanted to hear, and you did tell him it would be successful. You told him so many good things, but Josh wanted to hear, yeah, it's going to start next month. But the problem is that's not what you're there to do. You're there to deliver.
Right.
So Carla said,
shoot the messenger.
He has congestive heart failure. Couldn't drink regular water. Made decision to just let him have it, even though it would bring his pneumonia back and end his life. Yeah, you did the right thing. Yeah. Thank you, Carla.
Oh, thank you for that.
Sending you love, sending you so much love. Let's take a quick break for a commercial, and then we'll hop back into more messages because so many people want messages.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
WLFE-DB.com, where you can find vodcast shows, podcasts, and more. So go check out WLFE-DB.com, where talk radio is a whole lot better. Our shows are your shows, and that there makes for a great talk radio.
WLFE-DB Radio is on Spotify with all its great shows like Across the Pond, Inside the Drag Closet, Step into the Paranormal, Just Cindy, Where's My Sage, Unfiltered Talks with Bryce, Metal Mayhem ROC, Paratalk Radio, Real Talk with Dom, and more. So download the Spotify app today to stay connected to all your WLFE-DB radio shows.
Join us at WLFE-DB.com for upcoming shows and so much more. Like and follow us on Facebook at WLFE-DB Radio.
Well, hello there, kids. Have you started watching Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive vodcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't? Well, you should. You can join us every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WLFE-DB Radio. We hope to see you then. See you, kids!
Hey guys and dolls, this is Casey DeVille, the better half of DeVille Inc., Baltimore, Maryland. If you're ever in Baltimore, stop in and see me and Tony. Invisible Bree, 5920 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Give us a call if you're in the area at 410-400-9641, or look us up on the web at DeVilleInc.com. DeVille Inc., where we specialize in you.
Merch? Did someone say merch? Oh, yeah. Life just got sweeter now that WLFE-DB has merchandise. Show your support by purchasing your t-shirts for WLFE, Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and more. But it doesn't stop there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tanks, buttons, cloth bags, and more. Go to WLFE-DB.com. On the top bar, click on the merchandise tab and bam, there you go. You're listening to WLFE-DB Radio. Now back to our program.
Hello, everyone. Back with Kristie London, Reiki Master and Medium. We are taking requests for messages. So happy for everyone tuning in. Our next message is for
Can I just say something? I apologize. So before we went to break,
Yeah.
I kept reaching down because my Achilles tendon on my left foot was hurting. And over the break, it kept really bothering me. I felt like I had a cut.
Mhm.
And so I feel like I'm picking up on somebody who had that issue.
Mm,
Somebody, so if anyone can relate to that
yes.
issue, it felt like it actually feels like my Achilles tendon is sliced, or that area of my foot. So I just have to put it out there so it stops
Yep.
hurting. Thank you.
Yep. Just interrupt me. Also, an Ed, if anyone has an Ed.
Oh,
I was hearing Ed before when I was meditating before the show. So,
I have an Uncle Ed.
do you?
Yeah, I do.
He might be here for you.
Oh, no. He's alive.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're hearing somebody who's passed. Okay.
Yeah, I'm hearing someone that's passed. I
Okay.
believe. Yeah.
Okay. I know.
Do you think any of my family in spirit wants me to know anything? Thank you.
Hi, Sandy. The first thing I heard was open your eyes. Open your eyes. Like they said it in a way that it feels as if they're like, Dub, we're right here, or whatever you're looking for is right there. You just need to open your eyes and see it. Usually with a different perspective, a different way of thinking or feeling about it. Fresh. Your spirit guides are saying with a fresh perspective. I feel like whatever the situation is, you've been going at it for too long in the same way. And you just keep, and you're wondering why things aren't changing. So you need to figure out how to make it work. That makes sense. That's it. Sorry, that's all short and sweet tonight.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
So first of all, Jessica says, my chiropractor told me my left Achilles was messed up when she went.
Thanks, Jessica. Thank you for the validation, though.
And then Josh, okay, yeah, Josh's grandpa is Ed, so he was probably coming through.
He came through on the same reading. Oh, someone's draining your energy. I had to warm up with a client before the show tonight. So
I'm totally flushed, sweating.
wow, you're glistening. Look at that. You wear it well, though. It looks like the shiny powder that we put on when we're going to go out.
It's
so next time you just say it's my glitter powder.
It's not sweat, it's glisten. Also,
there you go.
Apparently it helps keep you young because when you're sweaty, you don't get as many wrinkles. I don't know. That's what my chiropractor told me. Yeah, I don't know.
Man, I should have done a lot more of that a long time ago.
No, you look amazing.
Oh, please. Thank you. Oh.
So Elaine, this is perfect timing because that was our next person is Elaine, and Elaine says my dad's name is Ed and he passed. So because it wasn't Eddie, it wasn't Eddie, it was Ed.
I feel like that's yours.
Oh boy.
He came to you. Really? Oh boy, now? Don't fall asleep.
I think he likes the grandbaby, Elaine. I think that's what I think he's watching you guys and he sees the grandbaby and he's so happy about that.
I see him dancing like a little jig, kicking his feet out. And normally when they do that for me, they're showing me that they can do things they couldn't do at the time they died. So he might have been immobile or unable to move well, had issues along those lines. But he's showing, but I do think he liked to dance though too. I do think he liked to move around and do things like that. But yeah, he's back to his normal self. He can move and do things he couldn't by the time he passed away. Oh, sorry, somebody's here.
You also got Raise Your Vibe. Oh, he was in a coma when he passed.
Thank you. I'm sorry to hear that.
Raise your vibe. Same message a lot of us have been getting tonight. Where can you,
Yeah, seriously.
where if you're feeling low, honor your feelings, honor your emotions, high, low, anywhere in between. But always knowing you can shift your thoughts. And when you notice what you're thinking that's invoking a feeling, you can always change your thought. And it's not always easy, but through the awareness, that's what it is. And yeah, so that's what you got. Kristie, are you hearing something else?
Yeah, I don't think it's for her, but I just got like a headache and an ache in this part of my head. And then I saw what looked like a battleship or a big ship, and then a blue whale. Like you'd see in a storybook with the, like a Moby Dick type of whale, but blue. So if anyone can relate to that as well.
The only thing I can relate to with that is like Voyage, because one of my cards has a big blue whale on it.
Really?
Voyage, yeah. I can find it.
Oh, see,
So
I
I was
don't know anything
wondering-
about cards, you guys. I don't do that. I don't use anything, to be honest with you. I think
Which
it's
is
really
amazing.
neat. I've just never been called or pulled to do anything like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Elaine, that was for you. Tara's next. I gotta find her in the comments. So I have Tara, then I have your mom, Kristie, then I have Jeff.
What? Mom, you can call me later. I love you. Call me later.
Because we have a lot of people, okay?
Mother, really? She was just at my house like 2 hours ago.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing.
Actually, I'm going to let you take my mother because she probably doesn't want it from me. She probably wants it from you.
Okay, got it. I'll take her. So Tara, then your mom, then Beth, then Jill. And I'll keep going. I have a lot of other people. I just have to put them on the list.
So I feel like I want to say Tara, not Tara. Tara.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that how, were you saying that
Mm-hmm.
when you said, okay. I am actually drawn to your last name, especially as I was writing it down. And I'm actually drawn to Dan, the name Dan, the first part of it. So I feel like there's a connection there that you can make somehow. I just got really lightheaded, like, woo, like my eyes, everything. I feel like whoever I'm picking up on probably shared this name or is connected to this name in some way, and had issues with his head. I'm also drawn to the last name as a whole. And when that happens, it usually is somebody who had that last name, one of the men who had that last name, father, grandfather, it could be uncle, cousin, whoever, but usually for me, it would be a father, grandfather type, or father-in-law or what, whoever. But there is this younger adult male who's coming forward and telling you that he's okay now. He's probably around 5'9", 5'10"-ish. He has medium brown hair, wears it a little longer. He's kind of keeping his distance too. And so when they do that and they communicate with me in a certain way, it tells me a lot about how they died. And normally what it means is they committed suicide. It can also mean that they had a hand in their own death, or they're responsible or accountable for the how, what, where, why, when of their death, even if it was accidental or inadvertent. It could also be that there were questionable circumstances surrounding their death or they were murdered. I feel like he is accountable or responsible in some way. He's also making me feel as if there are questions about his passing. Um, he's saying to you, you've got to do better. And the tone that he's taking makes me feel like he expects that you're going to do better than he did. You've got to do better than he did. You have to do better. Like you can't fail them too, is almost what I feel like he means on some level. I see 2 children. And then I see like a big tree. Um, a big oak tree that stands for true love, or that you'll find true love. Yeah. That's all I'm getting.
I definitely feel that lightheadedness. It's almost like I'm in a fire or something. The way my cheeks feel. Or like I'm in front of a fire. You know how you feel when you're sitting in front of a fire and it's that heat that radiates?
Yes.
Okay, so for Tara. Okay, you got I am sacred and you got I am responsible for my life. And I just feel like this you always appear very regal to me when I see you online, very I don't know, like elegant, poised.
Yeah.
I just feel like this I am responsible for my life really reiterates the you can do better and you will do better. Does that make sense? From that person, from what they were trying to say. Like you are doing well and keep going and you're creating a life that is beautiful.
My uncle's down there yelling at me.
Dana said, not sure if that's for Tara, but it could be my brother.
I would think he would tell me if that was him.
Okay.
You know, Dana, he's never really pushy with me. I'll be honest with you, but I have not seen him or worked with him in quite some time, to be honest with you. I feel like he's ascended even in the light and moved on. And so I feel like he worked with me and almost like he was in training, and now he's doing in the light what he was truly meant to do in the light, which is what he was doing with me after he passed. So I feel like, and I'm going to say that there are certain people who have not revealed themselves to me until after the fact, so that the reading was most authentic, because I did know them. And so it's very possible, but in this case, I'm feeling no, because usually they would at least let me know afterwards that it was who they are, and that they were who I knew. If that makes sense. Or I'm just talking in circles.
Yeah, who knows?
So, geez, and this is only water. Imagine if I had like rum in here or something.
Oh my God. Well, that's why I'm like, it's coffee. It's not wine and card pulls. That would get
yes. Yeah. I don't know. Caffeine's not always better though either.
I know. Well, you know what I found
now.
It's so funny because I love coffee. I have not been able to do coffee with the show because I get such a huge energy surge every time I do it. And I'm just like,
decaf, sister, decaf.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Woo, okay. Oh, wait. Are we doing your mom? Let's do Jeff first, because for some reason I pulled him up, and then we'll go to your mom.
Hey.
Kristie, my mom passed 14 years ago. You know how she felt about where I was in my life before her passing.
Ooh.
Can you help me understand how she may feel where I am now in life?
She's so relieved.
Mm.
That's what I feel, because of when you were talking about it, I got this anxiety in my chest, like, oh my God, I just deal with this again. And then as she read the second part of it, I felt relief. Like, I can breathe. And I'm hearing, he never listened to me. He never listened. Yes, Mom, I know you can relate to this. He never listened to me. I say that about my kids. I have 2 adult kids. He never listened to me. Wow, your mom was feisty. I like her. She was this shorter lady with this, like, probably hair like mine, where it's got natural wave in it and it's probably flipped out a little bit. This is curling iron, but I feel like the way she had it cut and the way she would wear it, it would feather out on its own. She had glasses. I'm seeing she wore glasses at least some of the time. And she just keeps saying, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. And number one, she means that no matter what. She would always say that anyways. And number 2. And number 2, that's my boy. She's so proud of you. And I'm doing this. So I think she did this too, because I just started doing this. Yes, I'm Italian. Yes, I talk with my hands, but when I'm reading, it's really whatever's coming through. She's going like this. I got you. She's like, I got you. That's okay. Mike has to have a ticker for me on our show because my mouth's awful sometimes. And you never know, because the thing is, you don't know what Spirit's going to say. And there are no boundaries. I just had a whole day of clients yesterday, and I was like, oh shoot. I said, I'm so glad that, I lost all my shame when I gave birth, because it's like, boom, here you go. You get into every aspect of people's lives. And when it's one-on-one, there are no boundaries, because that's why they're coming to you. Spirit will say whatever they need to say and go on to whatever topic they need to go on. So, oh, good. Excellent. See, I'm glad. She's very strong and she's very natural. Actually, she feels very natural to me. Some, they have to work a little harder, and she's just flowing.
And so, I heard happy. Like, I heard like, you're happy, or like, she's happy, you're happy. That's
successful too. You're successful now. Yeah. You're content. You're successful in life, but also from within. And that was the one thing she truly was most worried about. Because if you have that in here, everything else can be worked out. Yeah.
And you also got, your card was security. And it's essentially you're safe and protected. Those in the spirit realm are watching over you, which goes along absolutely perfectly with what Kristie was saying. You can relax. And, once you've taken the measures to just protect yourself, like wearing a seatbelt or getting insurance, practical things like that, then you can let go. So it's like putting the things in place and then trusting. You can take a break if you've been hyper vigilant lately.
I'm just laughing because Mike's putting his 2 cents in. But I actually am seeing one more thing for you. And I'm seeing a pair of nice dress shoes. They look brown, darker brown, and they're a little pointy and they tie. I feel like you actually have those shoes. So yeah.
Cool.
I have such an awesome partner. He's got my back even when he's like out doing his own thing. This is cool.
I know. He's ride or die, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just say what Mike usually says too, is like, thank you everyone for being patient. And as I'm trying to get through all these comments, and I'm sorry if I miss anyone, but also earlier, Jeff had asked if it was with the whale. I think he said big ship or boat. So I don't know what you saw.
A big ship. It was like a ship. Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you, Jeff.
Yeah. Thank you for
hopping on. Okay. So now going Should I pull a card for your mom, Kristie?
Yes, please pull a card, because my uncle's in the chat yelling at me to be nice to my mother. I was being nice to my mother. My mother's been told that she could always ask me, but I usually don't. It doesn't come to me very easily because she doesn't listen to me. Sometimes you just hear from someone else, and that's it. So Lindsay's here, and that's what we'll do.
Well, it's just like, yeah.
I want her to get a message. I want her to.
How many messages from my dad or Rick? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna use this stuff. I just heard something about a ponytail. Ponytail. Whoa. Okay, well, you got thriving. You got solitude. But I don't feel a negative solitude from this card. I feel a peaceful solitude. But I feel like if you ever feel like you are alone, you are never, ever alone. I feel the connection, but I'm not getting words anymore. Okay. Like that they're proud of you for being independent, for standing on your own 2 feet, for taking responsibility, caring for yourself, encouraging you to do that more. So I'm feeling that's really good for you. And maybe you didn't used to feel like you could do that. And with thriving, you are a survivor. Not only do you survive, but you use situations that others might find challenging to thrive. You expand when others shrink. This may be the time to adapt to your circumstances. You have a remarkable ability to step beyond any challenge. You are strong. This card may be urging you to step into the primal, primordial, powerful, wild part of yourself. Doing this will increase your vitality and contribute to your well-being. There's your message.
So, Mom, do you understand that message? She's going to smack me.
We are but the messenger. Yeah. I hear ponytail. What? I'm supposed to tell her ponytail?
I will validate that for you.
Like I hear ponytail in my right ear. What the hell is that?
And you know what, Uncle Leo, if you're still on here, yes, you could validate that too. So when my sister and I were little, we have very, very thick, full hair. And when we were younger, my mom had it longer. So it was like down to our waist. And my sister's hair is even worse than mine. And so the joke always was, we never wanted her to comb our hair because she would rip through it. And there's actually a picture of like, and she'd pull it so tight, right? And she'd just be like, stay still, stay still.
My mom would do that to me too, because you know I have super thick hair too.
Yeah. There's a picture of her. I'm sitting on the stool. She's sitting on the couch, and you can see the look on. I'm miserable. I'm like, oh, like this.
Oh, it hurt.
She's like,
it hurt.
And she's got my hair in a ponytail. You can see how tight it is. I think my aunt took it. And that's the joke, because it was, our hair was so long and so thick, and it was awful, I'm sure, to take care of. And oh yeah, that was fine. As soon as you said ponytail, I was like, oh my God, they're gonna go there, because it's awful. The joke is that her combing your hair about 10 minutes earlier. Yes, that's my uncle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my mom's brother. So yeah, I'm telling you, this picture goes down in history. And we all joke, like even my kids. I'm like, nope, we're not stopping until your head's numb. I'm gonna make it so that someday we're gonna just be able to rip through it. It's not gonna be a problem.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, thank you for validating, because I think I truly, you know me, I'm like, okay, am I really supposed to say that? But it's a good validation of like, I am but
Yes.
the messenger. If
That's right. See, you have to go with it.
you're a
Discernment,
ponytail, like the other
or
night I heard,
discernment.
the other night I heard painkillers. I'm like, and she's like, oh yeah, I've had a headache all day. I'm like, okay, so they're saying we see you because you're taking, okay.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
You know not to doubt yourself.
No, I doubt
Jeez.
myself constantly when it comes to my hearing.
Then we have a lot more work to do. Okay.
When you told me I was a medium, I was like, yeah.
She was like, whatever. Yeah, whatever. I was like, okay. All right. Well, then we'll just start there. Don't listen to me. I am just but the messenger, but it is what it is.
It's fine. It's fine. And everyone denies it too, right? Like everyone's like, no.
Oh, yeah. Well, I love when people say, oh, okay, well, I'm a medium. I mean, I can do this. I can't do what you do, but I can kind of do it. I'm like, okay,
You can do
I'll
it,
just
yeah.
list through everything I do and how it works for me, or they'll tell me no, but it works this way. And I'm like, so how are you not like me? You're a medium.
Yeah.
Well, I can't do it like you, but you do it like me. You are
Yeah.
just like me. The only difference is I have experience in it. But when I
Yes.
needed help and I needed guidance, I got it. I took classes, I mentored with people, and guess what? Now I'm where I'm at. And someday everybody I work with will be there too. And then you'll help people. And that's just the way it is. We're not anyone, our gifts are so different and unique, even though we share the same kinds of gifts, that we're all meant for different things. I always laugh
Absolutely.
when you hear in this community how people are so worried about being known and people, stepping on toes. And I'm like, dude, there's enough dead people to go around.
Oh
Okay.
my.
And they talk to who they want to talk to too, with how famous you are or how not famous I am or whatever the case is. You need to just
Absolutely.
go and do your thing. And not everyone's meant to reach 100,000 people, even though they want to. And not everyone's meant to be on TV, and not everyone's meant to be in the shadows.
Right.
It's so unique to all of us. Like, but it kills me when people are just like, oh, I'm not like you. I'm like, how are you not like me? You just told me you do exactly what I do. You really are. Yeah, but you're like, no, I'm not. Don't do that to me. I'm not. And you're going to get right next to me. So don't do that, because then you put yourself down, and then you're never going to get to where you want to be or where you're supposed to be. And that's the most important
And
thing.
it's the comparison. It's the comparison, right?
And we're all guilty. It's a human thing. We all do it. We look up to people. It's okay to look up to somebody. It's not okay to think you'll never be as good or you're not worthy of whatever. Because I was the person who thought I was not worthy because I always felt like I was wrong, and as most of us do. So, yeah. But,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Inspiring times.
They're never ending. Hi, Jill.
Jill wants to know if there are any messages for her.
Tell your son to listen to me more. I'm just kidding. I love you, Josh. Okay. So
yeah, Josh, come on. Tell him to listen to me too. Jeez. I tell him stuff all the time, and I do think he's listening to me more, but I've had to step back and just because that would be a whole other show to talk about. When you receive messages, how do you tell them to your loved ones?
And they don't want to listen. No, I have no idea. It's like right? No, I'm not even gonna go there. So as Mike said in the chat, he doesn't listen to me either. So it is what it is.
Mike's another one of those spiritual doubters.
Mm-hmm. Doubters, mood swinger, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first thing I saw when she read your question, Jill, was I saw you dancing, and I feel like you need to do more of that again. You need to go dancing. You need to get out, literally and figuratively. You need to get out and have some fun. Like, enough of this. Oh, well, I don't know, and I should probably stay. No, get your ass out there and start boogieing down. And Josh probably doesn't want to hear that. Just go, la, 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 you'll be fine. So mom's got to go out and have a life, okay? Like I tell my own, mom needs a life. So, but no, you need to start enjoying yourself. Your spirit guides are saying you need to learn what it's like to feel free again. Oh, I just love the look on Lindsay's face with that.
Well, it has been hard with COVID,
Right. But
Yeah.
do things in other ways. But literally, yes,
Yep.
they want her getting out doing things like that again, but just in general,
Yep.
other ways to cope and to just get through life, because we're not going to be in a pandemic forever, but life will always throw something at us that we'll need to learn how to dance in the ring. And so we just have to make it happen and do it. So yeah.
Beautiful. There you go, Jill. Shake your booty.
Yeah. My kids are always like, "Oh, mom." I'm like, "Well, I mean, I was a me before there was you." So,
Yeah.
I mean, just because I'm a mom, it's like seeing your teacher out in public and thinking that they only exist in the school, and they're not supposed to have a life or be a person or whatever.
Mm-hmm. You got that right. So next is Sarah. I would love a message. I'll let you take this one too, Kristie, because I always give Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Card
I
pull.
love the H. So your first name is actually being brought to my attention, and the H specifically in your name. I'm smelling like it's really strong. I'm smelling like almost like it. At first, it was like a nail polish remover. My whole room's nope. I'll bet you any money they're painting in the basement. I was gonna say, okay, hold on a second, because I wasn't getting anything else with the smell. They're painting in my basement. See, you always have to debunk things, people. Oh, you have to take the time to figure it out and make sure you can discern it.
You receive scents and things that you
Oh
follow.
my God.
Yeah.
I was like, holy cow. But it doesn't mean that smell couldn't have triggered something else. And I was supposed to pay attention because it was very strong. Oh my God, I'm going to be high. My whole room is like, it's like I'm huffing paint right now. It's ridiculous. Sorry. Okay. So your first name was brought to my attention.
Yes.
When they bring your first name to my attention, it's the females that have passed away. What they're trying to say to me when they do that is that they're talking about actually your first and or your middle name. And usually it means there's a funny story. You were maybe named after somebody, maybe you spell it differently. I've had people tell me there were brawls and fights about their name, whatever the case is. But specifically, I'm focusing on the H in your first name. And now I'm being told that, Elizabeth, you're named after somebody, or there's a meaning to that as well. It's not just a name they picked out because it flowed or they liked it. Okay, so I have a grandmother stepping forward for you, and she feels very motherly, and she feels almost like maternal. She's showing me her fingernails. I'm seeing her fingernails. They used to be longer, and they would be rounded and pointier. And I feel like she wore darker colors. She's saying to you, take it off. Take it off. That's what I'm hearing. Take it off. She's also, you must be doubting or wondering who exactly she is, because she showed me a rolling pin. When I see a rolling pin, that's their way of letting me know they like to bake, or they're known to bake, even if it was just like one thing. Take it off is what she's saying to you. Take it off. Just like that. That's it. Sorry.
There you go.
That's all.
Well, Sarah, if you're still watching, let us know if that means anything to you. Take it off. Maybe it's could also be not literal, like maybe take off the mask.
I think it's literal. At
You think it's
least for
literal?
me. I think she's doing something or did something or covered something or
Oh,
put
okay.
something on she shouldn't have or something grandma would not. She was getting kind of like, I saw my face. It was very like I was like at my
Yep.
own kid going, "Urgh," you know? So yeah. Yeah, she's getting kind of serious on me there. So it's something.
Spicy.
Oh goodness.
Hello to everyone that is saying hi. So,
Ooh,
wow, so many people. What? Did you hear something?
I just got that. Oh. And this is funny because it's never happened to me. So it's like I'm hearing an EVP in my ear with these things. And it started 4 shows ago. So 4 weeks ago, a month ago, something like that. And it never happened before. And these are only just a year old. Just a year old. So they're not even old. And they start to blast after a while in my ears, but I use them all day long to read clients and it's not a problem. I've done other things for long periods of time and it's not happening, but whenever I do a show or especially a reading show, I start getting blasted with that loud staticky sound in my ear. And then there were
Ooh.
a few times where it sounded like an EVP. Like I actually took the one out, held it up to my microphone, and Mike and everybody on the show could hear the stuff coming through it. It was insane, but it can blast my eardrum. It gets a little
Ooh, I hate
loud.
that. Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes I have to switch and just put my other earbuds in. But
Could they
yeah,
just not? Could they
I
just?
know. I know, right?
I'm
It's
trying
just
to
for a
deliver the
reason.
message. I'm the messenger. Is it doing it again?
Yeah, it just did it again. It's like real loud. So yeah, it's getting hot in here.
It's hot AF. Okay, so
Oh,
Brooke,
dude.
my girl Brooke, she reached out earlier today to ask me about this, and I pulled her a card, but I was like wanting you to
No,
follow up. So light shined on relationship.
I heard a big fat no from your spirit guides. Um, are you going to? Yes. Are you supposed to? Uh-huh. But no, not the way you're thinking, not the way you want to, not what you're planning. It's not going to work. And it's going to, I see it getting very nasty and not good. I'm hearing don't do it that way. That was somebody talking in my ear. That wasn't just static. You had somebody, a male, who passed away that used to work with the CB radios. And that is who I think just tried to come through now. So for those of you who don't know what an EVP is, when we go on investigations and do different things like that, take a recorder and you have to be real quiet and then you ask questions and you leave, pauses so that you can hopefully catch an electronic voice phenomenon. Somebody answering you back. And that's what it
Yeah.
sounds. So when you play it back, you
Yeah.
sometimes can hear it with the naked ear. Sometimes you have to enhance it and go and put it on, other equipment and really listen. But that's kind of what's going on in my ears. And sometimes it's just hard static. It's just so weird. But so I'm seeing this bigger, burly guy with a bushier mustache and hair, like salt and pepper hair. Flannel shirt, not scruffy in a bad way, but just kind of, rugged, kind of. That's who I feel like that's the description of who I feel like is trying to come through for you. I do feel like it's like a grandfather figure. But should I move out? No, not yet. Don't do it the way you're going to do it. That's what don't do it the way you're going to do it. I'm hearing he doesn't deserve you. It's not going to work. But your spirit guides are adamant, but not that way. He will go berserk. And it will be a very bad situation. Yeah. Yeah, I do feel like it's your grandpa. I do. So hopefully that's who I was describing. Or you were getting that from the description. He's with you. He's going to guide you. He didn't take any shit. He wouldn't have put up with this. Your ass would have been grass because he would not have been okay with you tolerating anything that you have up to this point. He says, I can't make you do what I want you to do, but I also don't want you to learn the hard way on this one.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yeah. Thanks for your question, honey. Best of luck with that.
Ooh-wee. Just got chills. Oh my gosh, we have so many people. I wish we had a longer show we could do right now.
I know. How long is your show? I don't even know how long your show is.
It's only supposed to be 7 to 8, but I always go till 8:30 because there's not another show that comes on until 8:30. So
right. Oh, cool.
I was told
who's on after you. Do you remember or no?
No, I don't. I should check.
She's like, why the hell did you put me on the spot like that? I know, because I can't keep it all straight either. We have so many shows on the network, and they're all awesome, and it's just there's such a variety of shows on our network. I just can't keep them all straight. I try to pop on every chance I get, but
it's really go to WLFE-DB.com, and the cool part about it is they're also doing replays. Is that still messing with you?
God, that was hard. Yeah.
My grandpa also was a radio operator. So I don't know.
Really?
Around. Yeah. Like he did that in World War II.
And that's what this would sound like with the way it's coming in. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I don't know. Let's see. I think we have time for like 1 or 2 more messages. Let's see. Lori said, I would love a card pull. This is interesting. I'd never had that done before. Okay,
cool.
Let's do it. Anyone that feels like they really need assistance with something, I won't speak for Kristie, but you definitely can message me. If you feel like you want a card pull we didn't get to tonight, I'm on every Friday at 7. So you can also pop that in your calendar and come back on. I have different guests on. Also, you can book a session with either of us. I do coaching as well as energy healing, as well as channeling. So, and Kristie, I know you do Reiki and you're a medium. So
yeah, right now the Reiki's on hold, unfortunately. Okay. I had to give up my office with COVID. I mean, I have done some virtual Reiki because Reiki, you don't have to be right there with the person.
No.
So I have done that. We can do that, but definitely readings can be done. I was doing virtual readings and phone readings before COVID ever, all over the world. So it's awesome that we can do that. And actually this Tuesday, if I could just put a quick plug in there, is on our show, we're doing a short reading show. And then we're doing a live investigation.
Yeah.
So we're going to do like this short. Yes.
So Tuesday?
Yes. Tuesday night, we're going to do about an hour of readings. And then we're going to take a short break and then do a live investigation. Yes. Tuesday night. So we'll be on location Tuesday while I sit and do some readings. It's kind of like a warm up. Before we go in, and I've never been to this place. So it will be quite interesting. We're very excited. Actually, I have to get my butt in gear and get the slide done for that so we can advertise that. So yeah.
Administrative tasks are not
right. I know. I need another mic is what I need. No, that's my job. That's okay. Yeah. I usually handle all the stuff before. He handles the stuff during the show and after, which is great. So yeah. Yes.
You're doing it. We're doing it. So Lori, I got patience for you. My sister and I always joke about this card, whether out of any deck, we just hate getting this card. And I'm hearing it's going to happen, but just not in your timing.
None of us like to hear that.
Yeah. And so it's coming. It's that like, really? still not here kind of feeling. So just be patient. And along the way, find the evidence that it's coming, find the breadcrumbs. That's how I feel.
I like that.
Yeah, it helps. It really helps to stay motivated. And of course, you'll be redirected if you need to. Okay, one more question about Tara says big ship like a submarine?
It was like a battleship almost, yeah. Yes. Yep. It was one of those big cruiser battleship type. Mm-hmm.
And we'll wrap up one more maybe. Melissa. Any messages from Melissa? I'll let you wrap it up if you get anything.
So, Melissa, I keep getting a bungee cord with you. I keep feeling like you bungee back and forth and catapult yourself back and forth through your life with certain situations. And you need to I feel like we need to take a big giant pair of scissors. And one of these times when you go the right way, we need to cut it so you stay where you're supposed to be. Your guides are saying you're too easily manipulated, and they're not saying that you're not smart or that you're stupid. It's just that you are kind of like Lindsay and I talked about in the beginning, you're too easy to go back to certain things or worry about too much or people please or whatever the case is. And you have to stop all of that. You have to start being true to yourself. And actually, they want me to tell you that you need to start acknowledging your gifts, as Lindsay and one of my other many favorites in the chat room. You need to really just accept yourself for who you are and realize, yes, you are capable of it. And, like I tell people, I was always that kid that would sit in the middle of the living room floor with a deck of cards and try to choose a card. And I always knew there was something about me. And I would sit there and go, nope, but it was wrong. Every card, maybe one or two out of a 52 card deck, I was right. Doesn't matter. It's all about learning yourself, accepting yourself, and then building the confidence and being okay with learning how it's supposed to work for you, basically. So, but you need to do that with every facet of your life. And actually, they're bringing up work to me as well. You need to show more confidence, or you may actually seriously jeopardize your job and your position at work. They want somebody who knows what they're doing, and not only knows what they're doing, but can show that, because lines need to be drawn and boundaries need to be put in place. And if you can't do that, they're going to have to find somebody who will. But you can do it, and they're frustrated because they know you can do it and you're not. So don't be afraid of pissing people off or making people mad. The people at work, if you want to advance, you're going to have to accept that that's just going to have to be the way it is. But you deserve it, so you should be going for it for sure. Wow, that just kind of came out of nowhere.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to even think
and
about that.
I'm so sorry for anyone I didn't get to. I tried to go in order, and then we've just had so many people on the show tonight, which is amazing, which means Kristie and I need to do this another.
Absolutely. Week. We need to have you back on ours too.
Yes, I would love to. And
I'm going to run for his money.
Yes, I love that.
It's been a while.
We need that. Oh my God, that was so crazy. The messages moved and I clicked on mic. Okay.
That's so funny.
I just wanted to let you know Tara's dad was in the Navy and he died 27 years ago today. Wow. So that might have been the connection.
Thank you. Wow.
So, and then Lori said patience is a tough one. Seems like Kristie is always mentioning that to me. Oh. I didn't know that.
I don't remember.
Or but the messenger. But thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kristie. This was amazing.
Thank you for having me. Oh, yeah. Always a pleasure. Always have so much fun. I'm so happy to be on your show.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Mike and Kristie had me do this. They're both like, she needs to have a show. And I finally listened to them, hence why this exists. So
nobody ever wants to listen to me. I mean,
I'm like, no.
Oh, I'm so glad though. This was so much fun. Thank you for having me. And thank you all for tuning in. This was great.
This was amazing. Huge watch tonight. So thank you and tune in next week.
Yes, for sure. Have a good week
on Tuesday for where's
Tuesday. And where's my sage? Taste of the Universe.
Melissa says, please. Amazing show, you guys.
Aw,
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I will talk to you guys next week. Thank you, Kristie.
Bye.
See you soon.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much for joining Card Pulls and Coffee with Lindsay. Every episode is a joy sprung from a tree of life. We hope you'll join us next Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Remember to share and like and follow. Until next week, let the stars you follow keep you safe.
You've been listening to WLFE-DB.com, where our shows are your shows.